Hi, all Molex Lives. I think it's time to play a little Infi-Tech 2. What are you cooking up? It's a giant batch of iron dust you got. Okay, don't let me forget, but I don't have my jetpack on. What was that? An escritoire. I don't know how to pronounce that. A writing desk. A lot of snowballs. Do you... Oh. Okay, I was just playing a different modded Minecraft that's a little more hardcore, and my heart just skipped a beat because I fell. Okay, I just want to look. Can I just look, please? Thank you. Oh yeah, snowballs should be going in the trash. Uh... Oh, right. I put it underneath. Right. Because I was trying to keep it out of the system. So this is extracting and puts it into here or there. That's how it's supposed to work. Clearly something's jammed up. You guys are just trading rubies back and forth. Just stop trading rubies back and forth, okay? Snowballs are supposed to go in the trash. Why was it just trading rubies back and forth? I like when you have all the updater thingies. What are they called? I'm drawing a blank what they're called. The add-on pieces. We just looked at them. What's called? Upgrades. Woo. That's the word I was looking for. Upgrades. I like when you get all the upgrades on and it moves fast. Okay, are we just trading copper ore back and forth? Is that what's happening now? Yes. Okay. Do I still have some black hole stuff down here? Yes. Okay. Find me copper ore. Copper ore. Copper ore. Am I blind? Okay, I do see one of the things that needs to happen is these guys with the redstone and stuff need to come out of their chests. So I have more room in there. Copper? No. Copper. No. Copper? Okay, there's copper ore. Oh. Thought my hand was empty. Oh. You have a void upgrade on you. Doesn't it? Oh, no, you don't. I'm sorry. Uh, you do now. Alright, well that should take care of trading copper back and forth. Ooh, more copper ingots. Oh, I'd have taken those. I guess I didn't take the last ones. Never mind. Fox in a box. Okay, how'd that do for helping to clear out this guy? Oh, we're getting there, alright. Here, give me those rubies. I don't want you to accidentally start trading them back and forth again. Okay. Seems to be working better. Place a genetic sample. Oh, this isn't a writing desk at all. Place a genetic sample in the center to begin. Place more in the left slots and examine them for help. What is this for? Forestry. Okay, the one time I want bees. Are you forestry? No, that's Pam's. You guys got any bees? 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 Nobody's got bees. Nobody. Not one weirdo bee. No regular bees. What the heck, man? Well, I was gonna see what this thing does, but I got no bees. I mean, I have a lot of bees. They're just over there. Bees, your firearms are useless against them. Do. Okay. Now that we played around with that for no reason, this guy doesn't get power no matter what I do to it. Don't know why. Gotta manually give it power, because that makes sense. Okay. Technically, crap. Sometimes you get too excited there, buddy. Okay. Okay, so that's power. That's power right there. That wire is power. Okay. So if I put this guy on the power, and then I switch it so faces backwards. Okay. Now this guy is getting power from that guy, but he's also getting power from the guy next to him. And then this guy gets power from this guy. And this guy is plugged into that wire, which is plugged into that. So clearly it should be getting power. Clearly. Okay, and then I take this turbo centrifuge, which is well below the power that should be coming through this cable. Not this cable. Well, yeah, this cable, which then gets softened, I guess, by this guy. Okay. I don't know why this water's hanging down here. Okay, and did all these go back the way they were before? Yes, okay. So now your output should be up. No power. I mean, to be fair, I suppose this could be taking all the power. But I kind of need it to take all the power. But still, this guy's working. And the other thing is that, like, look, I got a Labitron crystal in this guy to make sure it works. Full. I don't get it, man. I don't get why there's no power to this guy. But there's power to the guy next to him. Oh, and this guy here will also... who's not connected to anything. Are you really not connected to anything? Never mind, maybe he doesn't work either. He's not connected to anything. What did I have here that was connected to water? Interesting. Yeah, I need a ton of tungsten. I tried... Can I do it with tungsten? This is tungsten, right? Yeah. Will you... Let me get a tungsten ingot. Tungsten. I tried it with tungsten steel, but it didn't work. Will you scan? No. Will you scan tungsten, though? It will. Interesting. Interesting. I might swap that out. No, I'm going to. Let's just say I'm going to. Going to swap out my osmium production that I'm not currently using that much of, which is the slowest stuff I've got coming in. So I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it. I actually think I have a bunch of osmium that I haven't even cooked up yet. I'm pretty sure if I take this over here, I'm gonna have like 3 piles of... a pile of osmium? No, it is 3 piles. I've got 3 stacks of osmium dust I haven't even cooked up yet. Do I have any in here? No, I don't have any osmium dust. I do have that giant 16x osmium wire for some reason. Which I should probably grind down and do again. Oh, it's gonna take forever. I was gonna take off my pack again because I'm gonna need the power to start it back up. Oh yeah, these are still. What about down under here? I'm gonna need a lot of deuterium. Oh, this stuff's still going. Okay. Is it really all still plugged in? Oh, that's crazy. No wonder why I've got deuterium and tritium down here. I didn't realize it was all still... That's 3 million. I feel like I might not have enough deuterium. That's over 3 million. Oh, right, I needed to make wire to replace this wire too. I didn't do. Didn't do. How you guys doing down here? Full of eggs. Nothing. Well, that's because this is this is my chicken cooker. Look at it's working. This is one of my favorite methods, man. I love this thing. So basically I've got, I make sandwiches to eat if I don't get them out of a chest. And so this is my chicken production. I've got 1 chicken tower. Oops. Sorry, buddy. I got 1 chicken tower here. And it's just over a hopper. It just collects eggs. Because you need... You need eggs for mayonnaise. Because that's how you make eggs. Or mayonnaise, that's not how you make eggs. Killing the slimes. Denim. Such a dumb joke. I laugh every time. What's Mario's favorite type of overalls? Denim, denim, denim. I also like, we do dinner, dinner, dinner as well sometimes here. So yeah, so I make eggs for mayonnaise. I almost said oatmeal. That's not correct. And then this one over here is trickier. So this one, do I have a path under here? Yeah, there we go. The eggs fall into the hopper, and then the hopper loads into the dispenser. And then when the dispenser gets an egg, it sends out the redstone comparator detects the egg in the hopper, and it sends a redstone signal around underneath here to this side to kick off the dispenser and make it spit out the egg. So it only works though if there's a single egg. If you get more than one egg in there, it'll jam up. And so then when the egg comes out this side, you can see it's got a slab there in front of it, and then the glass here. And so the chick will spawn on top of the slab when it comes out of the egg, and then it's too short to be cooked by the block of lava that is missing half a thing here because of the slab miraculously holding it up. But when it turns into a full chicken, it's tall enough to get cooked by the lava. And then the hopper, there's a hopper underneath that slab, which I don't think I can... hang on. Weird. I don't think I can show you that hopper, but there's a hopper underneath of that slab, and then that hopper points to this hopper, and then that hopper points to here. Oh man. And so that gives me mostly cooked chicken and a bunch of feathers. And then I've got my little wheat field and my poor little broken lettuce field and my tomato field. And so tomato and lettuce and chicken meat and mayonnaise and bread all together make footlongs. Although I often just eat the whatever comes out of the chest because I get meals in my worrying sometimes. Oh, we got some escapees. And this man, I should have built this so long ago. I barely use it now that I've built it. Because what I got is I've got this sheep pen under here. And so almost all of my sheep shearing has been done manually under here. And then I forgot what I was doing, but I needed, I think it's the superconducting wire actually takes the lowest level pumps, and the lowest level pumps use 10 wire, and 10 wire takes, or 10 cable takes black wool to make. And so I was making a bunch of it, and I didn't want to have to. Well, shearing the sheep was driving me crazy because you shear sheep, you only get a little bit of wool off of them, right? Like 1 or 2 pieces. And then once I shear my, I don't know how many sheep this is, like 20 or 30. And was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21 sheep currently in there. And so once you shear them, then that's only like 21 pieces of wool. Maybe a little more. Say 30 pieces of wool. Well, you got to combine two of those together to get a carpet. And so I'm looking at hundreds of wires, and I'm getting like 30 or cables, and I'm getting like 30 cables from those sheep, right? And so so yeah, I should have made this a long time ago. Man, this works so good. So I got a wheat field with my forestry here, and it's all automated, and so it sends out wheat to this chest that I didn't click on. Wheat. And then the wheat goes into the feed station. The feed station feeds the sheep. The sheep have little sheep. The little sheep get pushed by the water onto the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt pushes them to the back of the room here. And they're too short as little sheep. But once they get to full-sized, then they're tall enough to get hit by the diamond spikes here. And then the vacuum hopper sucks up all the mutton and black wool. And sheep's heads. I have a lot of sheep's heads. Not as much wool as I would like. There's a lot of wool in there, but not as much as I'd like. Still, way easier than me doing it. And it's constant. I don't know what stuff got automated in this place that I really like. Well, you saw my quarry system. Got that all automated. I wish I could automate these ender pearls. That'd be awesome. These are my cows because I got tired of hunting for cows to get milk from... Oh, speaking of milk. Thanks. Sometimes I need leather. I always try to remember to keep a bucket of milk on me. I don't always remember, but I try to remember. Oh, this is automated too. This is an automated rubber farm, and it's actually connected into my system. So that my system yoinks in rubber when I need it, and I don't have to deal with that. I used to run it all back here into this chest. No. Into this chest. And now I just pull it from the system. This was my coal chest, which should be full. But I'm going to assume something broke down up here again. Well, you know what? We got time. Let's do a little early reminiscing tour here while I'm waiting for that scanner thing to get done. So when I first started, and I've talked about this before, but obviously, because I do a little tour every once in a while. When I first started playing Infi-Tech, you had to work with some of these systems. I'm not always online, and so I like to use World Anchor. And also, I don't want my base to despawn while I'm out in the world, because it only keeps so many chunks loaded. And so if I'm away from base and those chunks don't stay loaded, bad things happen. And so the World Anchor, or the Dimensional Anchor, when I first started playing, wasn't so bad, and then they, they're tweaking the settings. And so one of the settings they did, this is my early base, you can tell from my bronze blast furnace here. So Dimensional Anchor, at one point, would take a full stack of coal every minute to keep one chunk loaded. And so that's why I've got this tower for the beginning of my base, and then the rest of my base just sprawls out everywhere. because they changed that, and so now you could see that it's a chunk or a stack of coal for a 9x9 chunk area, so 81 chunks, and you get about 15 minutes out of that. But when I started, it was 1 chunk per minute per stack, if I remember correctly. And um, so I just went up, and so I made coke ovens. My coke ovens make me coke coal to run things, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of those. And then I've got this solid steel steam boiler. This is where I used to get my steam from. I don't anymore, but I used to get my steam from here. It might still kick out some. I had 3 of them, but I've torn one down now at this point. And then later I added in these guys, but these guys are dumb. These guys are the dumbest machines, I think, in the game. I have steam. Okay. I don't run out of steam anymore because of my nuclear reactors. And but for whatever reason, these guys just stop working every once in a while. And so, which was okay when I was in a single chunk, but I wander around a lot. And so now I'm not here. And then these guys make I don't remember what I was using that for. I was using that for something. But these guys make creosote, and these guys make creosote, and then they get kicked back into this distillery, creosote. But the yeah. And so then these guys back here are on, and then when they get power, they will they'll make steam. And then this was the plastic stuff that kind of has not been important for a long time now. This was how you got started with the pressure chamber and stuff. You had to have stuff from this to start making the Greg Tech machines, if I remember correctly. I don't know what it's like now, but that's what it was like when I was doing it. I know they changed it too, because I have stuff in my world that doesn't spawn in regular Infi-Tech worlds because of how old my world is. If you go out here, oh, did I get rid of them all? No, there's some. These guys don't spawn anymore. These aren't a thing. But I was using them to make plastics and stuff. And so you might see occasional weird plant in my world, and that's because my world is older than the current version. And it's also why this guy's hollow. All this cobblestone I did. But this is Hollow Mountain. And this guy over here, this is also hollow. And the reason it looks weird around the edges is because this was a type of block. And so when you go through my worlds, you will occasionally find pockets of empty space now because they removed a mod and it took the block right out of the game and just left emptiness. So I have a few things like that. Yeah, I was disappointed they took out the volcano mod. Apparently it was too laggy. And there was a mountain right there. There was a mountain right there. And then when they took it out, it just turned into like one or a few little blocks of lava. And I'm like, well, that's no fun. So then I took some buckets of water and tried to make a mountain so I could have my volcano back. Let's see, this was my... I can't remember. I want to say this was mushroom. I want to say this was a mushroom farm at one point. It might have been for bees. I also had a bee thing. And then this was just me strip mining metals out from the ground. I thought that was a cow. I'm like, how'd that cow get out? But no, this is as far as I was willing to go in Thaumcraft. Okay, quick story. Well, first let's go check the scanner, and then quick story about osmium and nether star. Oh, it's still going. Oh, dude, it's not even close, and it's like out of power. Yeah, I know. I'm putting it back. So you might note that out here I do in fact have whatever this stuff is called. Whatever this is. This here took me forever. This, with their stupid IC2 crop system, and it is stupid. It's way too random. It's just way too random. Basically you got your crop sticks, which are, you can see some crop sticks, little brown things. You put your crop sticks in, and then you put two crops next to the crop sticks, and then those crop sticks cross over, and then those crop sticks will completely randomly, not completely, but almost completely randomly make another plant. It'll either be the one of the two parent plants or some hybrid thing that's not necessarily related to them. And it's more like if you put two tier 1 crops next to each other, that's what this is over here. At all, I was trying to separate these by tier, and so you breed up your plants. So you put two tier 1 seeds next to each other, and then maybe you'll get a tier 2, or you'll get another tier 1, and so you most likely get a tier 1, but maybe you get, oh, I can't make it through here. Maybe you'll get a tier 2, and then you get a tier 2 and you breed it with a tier 1. Then maybe you'll get a tier 2, and maybe you'll get a tier 3. But most likely you're going to get a tier 1 or maybe a tier 2. And then you put two tier 2s and you might get a tier 3. But you probably get a tier 2. And so you just keep doing that over and over and over again as you tier your way up to trying to get tier 9 or whatever those are. And so these plants were, the problem is this has got hardcore nether mod in it, and so every time you kill the wither, it gets stronger. And I mean, like, it gets new abilities, like teleporting and summoning wither skeletons and stuff like that. And so it was getting to the point where I was taking a lot of damage and dying sometimes trying to fight the wither. And so I almost removed that mod from the game because I hate fighting the wither. And so I was looking for some other method to get osmium, titanium, and nether star. And so nether star can actually be made from dust of nether star. And then you put it into the implosion compressor and you explode it and it turns into nether star. So I'll do that. And so I planted my way all the way up to this, which is like a tier 8 or tier 9, whatever crop. Oh, I think that one's ready to harvest. So this plant will drop coal dust, quartz dust, nether quartz dust, and nether star dust, or, you know, things like that. And I have gotten, you rarely get anything, because I've only got 2. And so I have gotten 14 small piles of coal, 4 nether star dust off of it, and whatever the other one is, I think I just throw away. So I've only gotten 4 nether star dust out of probably 20 or so harvests. Only these 2 plants currently work because they have to be above a block of nether star. Otherwise it doesn't work. And so I've never gotten an actual nether star from these plants. And then these guys were just along the way. These are UUA berries, and so, or UU berries. And so when these are ready to harvest, I'll get either UUA or UUM berries off of some of them because you don't always get a drop from them. So yeah. And then over here, needless to say, you don't get enough stuff off of these to make it worth the effort. Like, I guess maybe if I had them constantly growing on their own, I have to keep Weedex in this system to stop them from get weedy. So that's a thing you gotta do, which is not bad. I actually don't run out of Weedex that often. I can never keep enough fertilizer or water, though, in it to keep it going. And then over here, this was my... Oh, I forgot I planted that over here. This was my bee stuff. Because in earlier versions... in other mod packs I had played, bees drop honeycomb, which these do as well. I don't know if I have any honeycomb in my hives. None of my hives are currently active. I have honeycomb in here. So the bees drop honeycomb, and then you would put them into like a centrifuge, and then you get out wax and a small bit of dust related to the type of bee it was. And so I thought, hey, I'll get titanium bees, because that's, I think, what I was going after at the time. I get titanium bees, and then I'll use titanium bees to get my titanium, because I was struggling to get titanium at the time. Now I just barely ever turn on titanium because you don't use it that much. And so I do have some high-end bees somewhere in all of this. I don't think it's the industrious bees. It's nothing like you guys. Where's my fancy bees? Imperial Drone, I think, is a high-level bee. Yeah, I got a bunch of Imperial Drones. Oh, there's a Noble Drone. I think I don't have any queens is the problem. I think all my queens... Oh, this one's just waiting to go. Cultivated Princess, that's what I needed. Cultivated Princess. That doesn't sound right. Cultivated Princess. I think it's Imperial. I think I had to do the nobles, and then I had to get to Well, this one's active. Why are you... That's weird. It doesn't have a thing in it though. Well, there's an Imperial Princess. So yeah, so I've still got my Imperials. And then and so then the Imperials were a step along that way, but it took me forever to get to that stage of B. And then I found out that, in fact, you don't get titanium from the B honeycombs. Instead, what you get is you get a bonus to titanium from the... It was going to be titanium and tungsten and osmium. Because I don't think there's osmium ore in the game anymore. That was a thing at one point, but I haven't seen any in ages, so I don't think it's a thing. And my quarry is gigantic. My quarry is gigantic, and it's been running forever. I think if I bring up the map here, my quarry... yeah, here we go. So in the middle of that is my quarry point. And then, where's my base here? Yep. And then, so my quarry goes all the way over to here. And then it goes down into here. And then it goes across through here to my base. And then the second one goes over to here. And then it goes up to here. And then it comes back over to above my base here. So I have two gigantic quarries running. Oh look, there's a volcano. What was that? Oh, snow. It looks like some kind of fortress. I was wondering what was going on there. Ooh, cursed lands. Man, just looking for ores in this game. Taint. See, and then they took out the volcano mod, so that's lava that's left over from a volcano that I had seen earlier. Taint. Alright, well, I didn't realize it was going to take so long to scan that thing. Yeah, this is where I'm at the moment, is trying to get enough tungsten. What I needed like 200 tungsten basically for this next project, and I am at dang it. Okay, am I too far away? I'm at... Oh, I'm not too far. Too badly off here. I got 52. That's a quarter of the way. And then once that scanner over there gets done, then I can scrounge up some tungsten. I just didn't have a tungsten one. I've got iridium, chrome, and plutonium, and osmium are my guys. And then I also have this down here making osmium. I mean, look at this, already made two tinies. You only need 9 of those. This is just a whole... I just have to occasionally... Oh no, actually, I set it up so it's automated. I don't do anything. This crushes or chalcopyrite gets crushed, and then it comes over here, and then it gets washed into purified chalcopyrite, and then purified chalcopyrite gets chemicaled when these guys make the stuff it goes in, and then that gets kicked out down to here, and it makes tiny piles of platinum group sludge dust, which then gets kicked over to the centrifuge. The centrifuge centrifuges it, and then I get palladium, iridium, platinum, gold, lots of gold, and osmium. There's also some plutonium and uranium in there, but that was from a different project. So, all right, with that, be better than small things, lean to the light, and I will talk to you later.